Hi guys! It's good to be back. I hope you missed me, guys. You know what? Last week I went MIA on you, and it was never my intention to do such. I apologize profusely for that, okay? But what happened to me is that, I went to see friends and family after a long exam period. And, I had all intentions of doing these videos, but I found time with family and friends was just too good. It was late nights, early mornings, being busy. And honestly, I just thought, oh, you know what? I'm just going to take the break, and I'm not gonna tell anyone where I'm at, okay? But I apologize for that. I'm back to close off the year properly. I wasn't gonna be MIA at year end, never. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are well. I missed you. I hope you missed me too. I hope so. But anyway, getting into the business of the day. So, guys, you know what? I went away and I came back refreshed after a week long, staycation with family and friends. Okay. So I come back. You would remember that not so long ago, I posted about a plant of mine that is now almost 8 months old. I think now it was now 9 months old because it's December, and I was so proud of this plant because this is the very first time I ever had a plant that I took care of that actually lived to see 5 months. Even 3 months is just too long because normally my plants would die. So I was so proud that I've got this baby that is now 8 months old when I posted on my social media platforms. And I come back from my holiday. My baby is dead, guys. My plant died. For a second, I really wanted to be upset with my husband. I couldn't believe that he was in the house the whole week while I was away. And he saw no need, like zero need to water my plant, right? For a second, I was fuming, guys. I couldn't believe that my baby died on his watch, right? And then 2 seconds later, I realized, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about my plant when I was having fun with friends and family. I could have reminded him to please water my plant, but because I forgot my baby, there's no way I can put all the blame on him. There's no way I can put any blame on him. When I left, I didn't leave him with a message to take care of plants. And I know my husband, he's just like me. Green hands in this family. You know what? We need like a proper fasting session for us to grow anything. My husband has got no interest in anything that has to do with that, right? But as I realized that actually it is my fault that my baby died. My baby, guys, my plant. Right? It is my fault that my plant died. Immediately, I came down, I took responsibility, and I just said to my husband, oh my gosh, my plant is dead. Oh my gosh. Then I just left it at that. And the whole evening went beautifully. It was just a reunion between me and my husband. I hadn't seen him for a week, so we just were caught up, right? We were just catching up about what was happening. Hey, I hadn't seen my person for a whole week, so it was just a nice catch up after that. Had it been a year ago, I would have been angry. Our reunion would have been so terrible. I would still be upset even now. I always say I'm not the woman I used to be, guys. So I realized in that moment that the amount of responsibility that you take when things happen in your life will equal the amount of peace you can expect from that situation. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnify. Hi to those of you who are new. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, guys, please subscribe. And if you have already done so, don't forget to get your people and their people to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Please click the notification bell. It will let you know every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to leave your comments. Your perspective is everything to me. I mean, if you like the video, like it. The maths is simple, guys. If you like it, like it. Okay. And if it inspires you, if you hear something that just hits the spot in you, please share this message on your platforms. And if it does nothing for you after listening, maybe somebody connected to you needs the message, please guys, share it anyway on your platforms. Okay, so I just wanted to say to you guys, the amount of responsibility that you're willing to take for things that happen in your life will equal the amount of peace. You know, had it been me last year, beginning of this year even, I mean, I would have been angry with my husband. The night wouldn't have ended well. I would be bitter even now because I couldn't just believe that he would just see a plant right there on the kitchen counter where he makes his food every single morning and evening, but it just didn't click. Nothing clicked in him for him to water this plant, right? But when I realized that actually, when I was away, I was talking to my husband, and in our conversations, nothing clicked in me as the owner of the plant to say, you know what, I left my plant on the kitchen counter. Please water it for me, Levi. Nothing like that occurred to me. I myself had forgotten my plant. So it made me realize really that, you know, we are so quick at times to want to blame other people for things that happen to us, or for things that happen around us. But when you stop for a minute and you introspect, you will see the amount of responsibility that you can take out of this situation. And when you start realizing that you also had a hand in something that has been happening in your life, you have maybe perpetuated the situation by constantly meditating on that moment when somebody offended you. Now it's 3 days, you're still upset. If you start introspecting, you'll realize that you perpetuated the pain by meditating on it over and over again. And once you start realizing your part, or your part, or the part that you're responsible for in the things that are happening in your life, then you'll start having peace. Because you know, when it is somebody else's fault, then there's no excuse. We get upset. But if it is me that is at fault, then there are certain reasons why, you know, we start giving ourselves excuses of why we couldn't do what we were supposed to do. And therefore we start having peace because we start lying to ourselves, giving ourselves all sorts of reasons why we couldn't, right? So I've realized that when you take responsibility, then you start having peace. So I just wanted to find out, in whatever situation that you're going through right now, is there any amount of responsibility that you can take that will give you some sense of peace or control? Because you know, when you know that you can control something, then you start having peace. Uncertainty gives us unrest, right? So when you, what is it that you can take responsibility, or how much responsibility can you take from the situation that you're in right now? Yes, I accept that maybe you might sit there and say, you know what, there's zero responsibility that I'm taking for this. But you know, I was listening to one psychology master's student, right? And she was saying, you know, sometimes it's not easy for you to learn yourself by yourself. In order for you to know and understand the things that are happening in your life and your perspective about it, you need to bounce off your perspective on somebody else. So if you're sitting and you feel like there's zero responsibility when you self-introspect that you can take, then I would suggest bounce off your perspective on somebody that you trust. Maybe that person will help you see the amount of responsibility that you can take. Before we point fingers at other people, before we want to blame people, a little self-introspection will really go a long way in how much peace you end up having with the situation. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach. Guys, don't forget to do the right thing. Please subscribe to my channel.